Hello everybody, it's John, and hello, it's Pippin, who's decided to join me on the couch today. Hello, how are you? He's a lot happier. I was having to look after my friend Paul's big black German Alsatian, or German Shepherd, whichever you'd like to prefer, yesterday, and she's a huge dog, and my poor little man is, shall we say, nonplussed with a transgressor in his backyard. Hey, mate. Hey, not impressed? No, he says, I'm never impressed. So, what's today's little bit of a blog about? Who knows? Do I need a reason to post something? No, not really. What have I been doing? Oh, well, I was quite happy that up in my video feed there was a where the heck is it? One moment. Well, that moment didn't happen, so sorry about that. Whether or not I get to edit this out, who knows? I'm not a very good editor. Yes, Facebook threw up an ad for me for DVDs, and they had the Kenny Everett video show. Yes, which I remember watching when I was a wee, well, a younger person. Yes, and oh God, was I blown away by the personalities that were in that show. You had Cliff Richards, Elton John, David Essex, David Bowie. My goodness, the number of people that were in those episodes were were really, really good. And I was just so happy to have memories brought back. But what I did find was that what they've also released were quite a few of the other series that I used to watch. There's one called Man About the House, which first introduced a couple called the Ropers, which got their own series called George and Mildred. So, of course, if you're not Anglos or English, I'll say Anglos, maybe. Okay, people from the United Kingdom, or in my day, perhaps Great Britain, you would probably not be familiar with many of these titles, but this was staple TV showing. Certainly on here on the Australian Broadcasting ABC, Australian Broadcasting Channel Commission. Oh, who knows? Anyway, but it was back when the ABC was actually a decent bloody channel. It's an absolutely rabid channel now, which I don't watch anymore. But look, that's my opinion. A lot of people love it, of a certain persuasion, but it's certainly not a channel I can be bothered watching today. But which also brings me on to the next thing, was I see that sadly Geoffrey Palmer has passed away. He was in another series that I thoroughly enjoyed called As Time Goes By. But yeah, with going back to what I was rambling on about, which was the Kenny Everett video show, it showed me all these cameos. And of course then I went, a friend of mine on Twitter, Shanoa, she was talking about putting up for her, she does astronomy, and she was wanting to use the Pigs in Space header from the Muppets. And she said, oh, do you think the kids would understand the reference today? And sadly, I don't think the kids would. My kids would, because I think they would remember. Whether or not they'd understand the reference, I think, but they know Miss Piggy. I don't know if they'd remember the other the other two characters whose names have now slipped my memory. But you know, I pulled the house apart trying to find my. I thought I had the box set of the Muppets, but I apparently only bought season 1. And but season 1 was quite good because of the, you know, again, who they had in there. You know, had Connie Stevens and in season 1, and I've forgotten. Sorry, my memory's gone blank. It's the curse of old age. You you have a tendency to forget. But you know, searching through, you know, like we used to have a you know, DVDs used to be really, really prolific, but the whole culture now has changed to you know, everything being streaming services and that, and which I don't like, because you know, you can never get everything that you want on one platform. And you know, they're going, oh, but it's only, you know, $12 or $20 a month or whatever. But you know, if you've got to subscribe to 5 streaming services to get everything that you want, well, there's $100 out the window. Not worth it. Which is why I like DVDs, because yes, I can spend my $100 and I'll buy the TV shows that I like, and whenever I feel like it, I can pull it out and stick it in and watch it, and I don't have to worry about whether or not I've got a subscription that's still running or not. So yes, I know everybody always goes, my kids always say to me, oh Dad, you're so old-fashioned with your thoughts, you've got to move forward into the future. And I'm there going, yeah, but the future doesn't always mean it's the best. All it means is that it's people making money out of you. It doesn't mean that we've got your best intentions. But again, that's just me being cynical and only thinking that people are only there to screw you over for every penny that they can get out of you. So yeah, that's just the way the world is. But again, you know, searching through the DVD, because you know, I bought a hell of a lot of them, because when the kids were small, bought a lot of kids DVDs, which I've still got put away, and desperately hoping I might get grandchildren if I live long enough, but who knows. But what I did find, which I'm going to have a rewatch of, because I have a friend of mine who keeps popping around. He wants to go, oh, I've got to have a look at UFO. I think he wants to keep borrowing it, but I keep going, well, sadly, I've lent things to friends. And I think, well, actually, that happened on the weekend, actually, when I finally had my first board game session. And a friend of mine asked me, oh, do you have the Amber role-playing game? Yes. Oh, may I borrow it? And a friend said, oh, I think that's a no. And look, I like my friends. Unfortunately, I've now come to a stage in life that I'm really having a hard trouble trying to remember sometimes who I lend things to. And a lot of people have taken advantage of that. And when I go searching for things now and trying to locate, you know, because I'm fairly good still at remembering what I should have in my collection, I tend to find, why is that missing? And while I can remember, oh yes, I must have lent that out. I'm damn sure somebody's borrowed that. And of course, you can't remember who you've lent it to, or you have a suspicion who you've lent it to, and you might go, hey, listen, did I lend you that? And of course, they'll say no. And you can't sort of go, well, I'm pretty sure I did. And this is, you know, these are always the problems. And that's why now, you know, much as, you know, friendship means a hell of a lot to me, I just sadly have to say no to lending things to people, because just don't know if I'm going to get a lot of stuff back. And it hurts because I feel guilty, because I've always been a person who likes to, hey, not on camera. Now, well, it's not as bad as a cat. A cat has no grace. But yeah, so UFOs on that, and of course, who can remember Captain Scarlet, which I believe I think they've redone, which will be interesting. But yeah, so on this week's coming up soon, I'm doing my collection of, let's try and get the glare off that, Blood Bowl, which is, I think, one of the more complete and extensive collections that I do have. So yeah, so that's, I guess, my ramble. But yeah, I know I'm looking rather large in this, aren't I? Which actually I'm not. It's just the fact that I like to wear shirts that are like, I wear a 7XL shirt, even though I should technically wear an XL or a 2XL at best, which are more form-fitting. But I hate form-fitting clothes. So it's just that, this way I look like, I'm a huge man, which I'm not, because I'm down to I think 96 kilos now. So thankfully for my height of just on 6 foot, although I guess it's shrinking a bit now with age, I believe. But yes, so I'm looking a tad bit Orson Welles-ish. Well, actually no, Orson Welles was quite huge towards the end. But yes. So anyway, look, thank you very much for watching this nonsensical bit of video production. What the hell did I talk about? Yeah, rambling through looking at video collections and what I'm going to be talking about in one of my productions. So yeah, anyway, look, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, signing off, the Honourable John.